Is it working? Oh god, Twitch. Says that I'm streaming. Yes! Okay. We have succeeded. I really wish I knew how to pop out the chat room. That would be fantastic. But I don't, so we're going to pause it. Okay. So, the reason why I'm working on this, doing this at all, streaming, is because a friend of mine wanted me to do so. He also wanted me to play video games. But that'll happen some other time in the far future when I don't have to do a bunch of shit. So, this will be a devlog for my engine, YTE. It is the engine that I developed and used over the course of my sophomore and junior year at DigiPen, and haven't really worked on it much in the past year. I'm in my senior year, but I'll be going back for at least another semester or two, 'cause I'm shit at academics. Woo! But I'm joining a team to do another game next year. And so I'm getting YTE back up to snuff. I'm replacing some of the stuff that Austin Morris wrote, who was my graphics programmer, namely graphics, but also his event system, because I don't like it. It's close to what I like. The interface is pretty nice, but I don't like some of the conventions inside of it. I don't know. Anyway, I wrote an event system that's replacing it. I also got rid of Zilch scripting, which is a scripting language that DigiPen makes for their engine called Zero. I pulled that out already. It's already gone. But in doing so, I needed to replace their reflection system. So I did that. I wrote a reflection system. It's in this meta folder here. Right now I don't... Oh, discard. Right now the source isn't publicly available, but I'm going to be talking with our Dean of Faculty to see if we can get my engine and our game open source this year. That would be great. As far as I'm concerned, it's really dumb that we can't release our source code officially. I mean, we can show samples and stuff and like, ooh, you're looking at some code, whatever, who cares. You just can't use it for some reason. But this is a devlog and fuck it. So I'll be refactoring stuff. Probably most of the time I'll be working on graphics on here. I'm not a graphics programmer, but I have sort of been conscripted into it, because we have potentially one more graphics programmer on the team, but they're not familiar with Vulkan yet, which is what we'll be using. Well, sorry, that's not entirely true. If we get the second graphics programmer, Gabrielle, she is familiar with Vulkan, but she will not have time over the summer to work on the engine and get it up to snuff for any artists that we may or may not get next semester. So she's experienced with Vulkan. She's about as good at it as I am. Plus she has other graphics experience, which is better than me. But regardless, I don't have her for the summer, and I need to get a whole bunch of features done before the semester starts. So, we're gonna do that, hopefully. We need to work on things like rendering anything, which hopefully will only take a week or so. And we also have to get lighting, reflections, shadows, PBR, like physically based rendering, and HDR textures and stuff techniques. And then we have Austin Jensen on the team who will be tackling some of the other graphics related but not graphics features, like skeletal animation, animation blending, that sort of stuff. So right now I need the first few things that we need to do before we start tackling like graphics is I mean, not that we're gonna immediately start graphics anyways, but we have to set up some of the build system stuff for some of these dependencies I pulled in earlier. Yeah. So we'll be using Vulkan, like I said. Vulkan is a cross-platform graphics API in the style, in the notion of OpenGL. It's supported on Linux and Windows and Android, the Nintendo Switch, which is really strange but great. So it's supported on all those. Unfortunately, it's not supported on OS X yet, and I don't think it's supported on PS4, but I'm not sure. It's a very low level API. It's sort of like its progenitors were APIs like Metal on Apple platforms, and more specifically Mantle on AMD specifically. In fact, AMD donated their spec to Kronos, who is the owning body of OpenGL, so they would have something to start with when working on Vulkan. So, anyway, it's really low level. I've used the low level stuff a bunch. Well, in simplistic ways, like getting rendering cubes in a 3D space and like putting textures on them and stuff like that, doing shaders, basic stuff. I've gotten that working before, but we need something a little bit more robust. So one problem with Vulkan is that memory allocations are limited. On a 980 Ti, for example, which is what I have in this machine, they're limited to about 4,000 allocations. And that's just not gonna cut it. I mean, it might actually for a student game, but yeah, I don't want to deal with that. So I decided to pull down VKHLF, which is a C++ library for Vulkan written by NVIDIA. AMD also has one called Anvil. It might also be good. I don't know. I mostly picked this one because it built cleanly with 2017, and I didn't have to futz with it at all. It just sort of works. So I pulled that down, and it also has some fancy features. Came with GLW, which we're probably not going to use except for maybe to load up the function pointers for Vulkan. And then it has like GLSLang and these different compiler things. Basically, it lets you like reflect your shaders, which is great. I definitely look forward to playing around with that and maybe using it. I don't know. We'll see. It's nice to not have to compile everything to SpearV every time. We're not going to use HLSL because that's stupid. I mean, that's really more for like AAA studios that already wrote like a graphics engine in DirectX and want all their shaders to still work in Vulkan for some godforsaken reason. We also grabbed Sean Barrett's STB image library because it's fantastic. We have ASIMP for our model loading because our artists will probably be giving us FBX files, unfortunately, which kind of suck. And yeah. So this is not currently linked into Yeti, so we're gonna get that linked in. Also, since we're on our own branch and we don't have to test the reflection stuff anymore, even though it's broken right now, it mostly works. It's just saving stuff out. It's not really the serialization system, not the. What am I saying? This is just a tutorial for RapidJSON that I pasted into our project to play around with it. Because I was working on serialization the other day. Okay, so we set the working directory. Right now I'm just kind of like assuming the build directory is right next to everything, and I should fix that. Want that to work like that. Not gonna save a level because that's dumb. Do we care about... No. Because we have a lot more work to do before we actually get any graphics running. So, what do we need to do? First, that's gonna take way too long. Let's pull up the Explorer of where this is. Open this up in code because it has good CMake support. Gonna go over here. All this stuff that we don't need. Go to Yeti. Open this one up. And then we're going to add some libraries to this thing. Target link libraries. Yep. We will always add it. We don't need to choose whether or not it's optimized or not. I don't know. Is Nick still watching? Because I actually have a recommendation for him if he is. Well, Nick, if you watch this, and by that I mean CQY Nick, if you're watching this, then you should know that in this project, when I eventually update the source so that you can see it, which will hopefully be in a month or so, I've redone the way my CMake works. It's a lot better than what I think you looked at. It's a lot cleaner and easier to use. I also wrote a little CMake generator script thing that can just look at a directory and spit out a CMake script for you. For certain bits of it, it's not intended for the whole thing. But for example, Yeti is just a big collection of these sub library things. And it was nice because I wanted Yeti itself to be one static library. And maybe at some point I'll add support for dynamic library support as well. But I wanted it to be a static library, and I wanted all this stuff to be filters and stuff in it. And right now that's a little jank, but it does work. So I wrote a little thing that just generated most of this for me. I did have to handwrite some of this, the dependency stuff mostly. Anyway, so we need to go here and we need to add these dependencies. So we're gonna, so many things. So we want, let's see, STB, right? Yeah. Wait, is it just called STB? No, it's called STB image. Image, right? I can't read. And then BK, HLF, and then just for kicks, we'll just add GLFW. Hope this doesn't ruin our links for some reason, because I know that these platform layers love to fucking mess with your link stuff. SDL in particular, man. They're like, why don't you have an SDL main? And it's like, because I hate you? Because that's dumb? I could keep listing reasons, but, you know. Where is Assimp linked in? And Bullet. Is it in Lamb Planet for some reason? No. Do I add it in here? No. Okay. Well, whatever. I'll do it here. I guess I forgot to do that because I'm stupid. Let's see. Bullet. Bullet's a 3D physics library. No, but it was working. No. It was working, though. Yeah. No, it has to be linking with Bullet. Where am I linking with that? It's not here. Oh, yes, it is. I can't read. God, I'm awful. But I'm gonna put it here because it should be here. It shouldn't be over here. That's stupid. Need to change this one as well. Probably has the same problem. It does. That's the editor project that doesn't do anything yet. Doesn't exist yet. But it will. It will one day. Okay, so that looks good. No, missing one more thing. We need the GLSL lang. GLSL lang. Cool. Okay. Oh, bring back OBS. Okay. Okay, so there's that, and then we're gonna pull this up, and we're gonna go into build and open PowerShell. No. I just regrets. I just updated to the creators update. I forgot. They changed this to be open PowerShell window, which is fine. But it's not the command window. But that's okay, I guess. Oh god, I can't even read what it says. Visual Studio 15, 2017. And if you're familiar with CMake, well, if you're not familiar with CMake, more like, just to explain this. So CMake is a command, is just a program that I have in my path. You should install it if you're doing C++ development. -G is a flag that you pass to it, where you then pass like a string. It doesn't have to be a string, but many of them have spaces in them, so it makes it, you have to pass it with the quotes for some, because command line hates you. And so for whatever godforsaken reason, CMake loves to like use two of their different version codes. They like to be like, oh, well, it's Visual Studio 15 in the version, but it's 2017 in the product name, so let's put them both in. And then the Win64 is because it doesn't, for whatever reason, they don't generate projects for both multiple platforms at the same time, which technically 64-bit is a different platform from x86. The project mostly works with x86, but there's like one dependency that doesn't work right now that I have to fix. Well, I don't have to fix it. Qt needs to fix it because it's their problem. But that's fine. I do most of my development on 64-bit anyway, so we're just not going to worry about it. And then the ... is to say that the CMake list.txt is in the previous directory. And then if you're familiar with Microsoft stuff, you might know that they added support for open folder as CMake in their open folder thingamajig, and I set it up to work like that. And I worked on it like that for a while, but there are just a few bugs with it that gave me pause, and so that's the reason why I'm not currently using their open folder support, and that's why I'm like manually generating that. Anyway, so let's load that up, reload the projects. Land Planet should now depend on those libraries. We'll see. I think it should input. I don't know if it actually ends up here or if it ends up somewhere else. I don't know how that works actually. It does. It ends up here. Okay. Cool. Let's put this over here. One day, Windows. One day, you'll do what I want. Today is not that day. Okay. Oh no. Oh, I should have kept that open. Probably going to do that a bunch. Okay. So now we can biggie size this. What else do we have to do? We need to grab some files from my open source version of YTE. My currently open source version of YTE. Hopefully, this one will be open source soon enough. But until then, we're going to grab source from this. Oh, I have a CMake right here. Oh, wait. This is not the newest version. I'm going to want to go into mesh instance work, I think. Which is kind of an inaccurate name for what I've been doing on this branch. But whatever. It's fine. So we'll grab this. Throw that over there. And then I'm going to want some of these things. This looks good. Yeah, let's grab the private implementation. Throw that into core. Was I adding a subdirectory that didn't exist here? And it just worked? That's weird. That shouldn't work. Whatever. Go over here. Private implementation. .hpp. So that should be right. And then we need to make a graphics one. So we're gonna grab this. We're gonna wait. What? Where am I? Hold on. Is this the right thing? Am I in the right thing? I am in the right thing. Oh, I guess this folder did exist. Oh, okay. Whatever. That's fine. Go over here. Grab all these files. Open up a prompt. Go like this. Type ls. Copy this. Paste it. Do one of these because you're lazy. Whoa. Ah. Man, the key commands in code are very frustrating. Okay. Let me type. What do we type? Oh, this. That's fine. Delete all those. And then you regenerate. Yay. Oh, thank God. Oh, it was in my history for some reason. Thank you. Thank you for being my history. That worked out. That worked out. Can you be done? What's going on? What you doing? Why you, excuse me. Why are you not working? Reload. Is PowerShell confused? I think PowerShell's confused. Let's see, mate. What are the other? Come on, buddy. I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know what's happening. It says it's done. It says it's done, but it's not done. It keeps working. Did I screw something up? This looks fine. This looks okay. Is graphics here? Graphics is here. What is this? Why is this in here? This is weird. I don't approve of this. I think I know what this is here. I need to change a setting. And a CMake script. This one. Nope. Don't I? Oh. Oh, it's in this one? Oh, it is in this one. Okay. Right? Is that the problem? Yeah, they're INL files. RIP. Well, I fixed it. They should now appropriately appear where they are. I don't know what's going on with that. That was weird. Don't approve of that at all. Oh, okay. Whatever. I closed you and then you worked. Whatever. You do you build file. No, that doesn't work. What? Why do you hate me? Okay, whatever. I'll deal with it some other time. Doesn't matter. Unimportant. I can close that, and I can close that, and I can close that. So, I have graphics now. So that's cool. Sort of. Sort of have graphics. Super doesn't work. Yep. Yep, that would be a problem. I have a mixture of H's and HTTPs here. Right. That is, you know, one way to do things, I guess. I shouldn't need those. If I do, I can just get them through other things. Let's see. God, I need to change that over. That's weird. Why doesn't it see that? Why does this see that? Oh. Doy. GLM. Just put that there. Yeah. Fact is, that's not going to be how that works, so that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's not how we update. How do we update in this crazy topsy-turvy world that we live in, where it's not even the way things should work? What? Where's the update? There's definitely an update. Oh my god. Did I used to call this manually? Why? Who wrote this? Oh, right. I did. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Come on. Graphic system. Oh no. Graphic system. Oh no. There's so much wrong. There's so much wrong. Please, God, help me. God, I really need to fix this H and HPP thing. I really need to fix it. It's real bad, and it hurts me deep inside. So this needs to be a component because we're in old Yeti, which is better than new Yeti. Include, nope, Yeti event, standard events, maybe? There's like a logic update somewhere, right? Oh God, no! Oh, these names. How many times did I use this? Okay, it's fixable. We can just fix it. God, why? Why, Josh, from my Ripple past? Why did you add event to the end of all of the events? Oh no, there's so many. Okay, well, one at a time when I have to deal with them. That is how we make these decisions. Wait. H? Yes. Okay. I did have one of those. Cool. So that works, I think. Oh, right. Okay. So I did that. That's cool. I don't know why I had a forward declaration there. That doesn't even make sense. Graphics system. Go over here. vcal up and in. Oh! Yes. I need to find out how to initialize GLFW Vulkan function pointers things, right? Let's see. What is this? Oh, this is like actual windows.h. I should, whatever, deal with it later. Why is this angry? Non-explicit converting constructor. Shut up, Resharper. Jesus. I don't care. Is that so bad? Like, is it so bad to have a non-explicit conversion constructor? Like, who cares? Does it matter to you? This should say graphics right here. So, okay. I don't need this anymore. Do I need this anymore? Probably not, but we're going to keep it open. Okay, so let's look at this. Because this I built earlier, and I can look at it. Oh God. Please. Please. Okay. Oh no, it's still slow. Please, Visual Studio. Don't be slow. Anything but slow. Okay, let's look at the most basic thing that they have, because it will still do what we need. GLFW. Cool. Look at all of the brown. Oh boy. Okay, but where's the thing where it's like please init Vulkan? Do they not actually do this? Do they not? So I mean, that's fine. We're just gonna go to Google. We're just gonna go to Google. GLFW init Vulkan. Oh God, they have a whole Vulkan guide. That doesn't sound good. including the Vulkan and GLFW header files. Okay. To include the Vulkan header, define GLFW include Vulkan before including the GLFW header. If you instead want to include the Vulkan header from a custom location or use your own custom Vulkan header, then do this before the GLFW header, which is okay. I don't care about that. I mean, I sort of do, but so I check if, okay, that's fine, whatever. Querying Vulkan function pointers. Get instance product address. I don't want to do that. That sounds like work. And I just want to load stuff. Fuck. What can we do here? I guess I could just grab VCal, which is probably better than whatever BS GLFW is gonna do. Let's see. When was the last updated? Quite some time ago, but that doesn't really matter. Actually, I'll just use the ones that I have. I already have a version of VCal. Now, if it works, is a different question that I don't have an answer to until we give that a shot. Where is it? It's over here. And we're just gonna click. Where is it? It's in Dependencies, Vulkan, VCal. Yep. I could put them. Yeah, I should probably put them in their own folder. Vulkan, VCal. Will that just work? Can I just do like include? Can you give me IntelliSense, please? Fuck. Can I go to a folder that actually works and get IntelliSense? Vulkan. Oh. VCal. Ah, there it is. Cool. So we'll just do that because I don't hate myself enough to use GLFW, quite frankly. Vulkan. VCal. Now, will that work is an entirely different question. Okay, well, that works. Will it compile? That's another question that I don't have an answer to, but we're going to find out. Got an email. Someone with a really weird name is following me, which is fine. That's fine. Elba to Forp. Elba to Forp. We're gonna go with that. Elba to Forp. Oh, that's funny. It's a good name. Quality name. Oh, that is the second Nick. Well, Nick, your name is strange. You should just know that. Okay, so that is not working because component isn't initialized, which can be fixed. Component. What does component require? It requires a space and some other crap. What do components look like? I don't remember. So we're just gonna go over here and what? Is that what they take? Is that what components take? How do I initialize these? Oh, because it's a, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Graphics is going to be a whole different ballgame, but we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that later. That's fine. That is fine. So this is what they need to take in here. And you'll take a owner and null pointer. Because you don't have a space, because you are a different thing. That seems okay. Yeah, yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Engine. Actually, we're gonna keep that there because this is just the same thing as a owner. So we're gonna static cast this a owner, and it's gonna be an engine pointer. There we go. Look at that. Cool. VCal uninit and all that stuff is working. That's fine. Yep. Still gotta do that. That'll be later. So what do I need here? What is the ultimate purpose of what I'm doing? Set H instance and set H wind. Okay, I think I have that data on the window somewhere. I might have to change the way windows work a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, so I have window data, which is somewhere. So I have a window handle. Do I not have an H instance? I have to look at that. Okay, let's see. Where would that be? Well, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Because this is really stupid, we're gonna do this really differently. We're probably just gonna delete this file because it's awful. What we want is first to see, is this containing anything? Oh, right, these are, right, I forgot about that. Well, for some reason that's there, which makes no sense. So we're gonna pull these out, go over to window, throw them in here. This stuff is pretty cool, actually. Chromium has a thing that makes, this scoped full screen visibility. It's called something slightly different in their code base. But basically, it does a very cool, like, while you're, how to describe it? When you're changing, like, resolutions of your window, it, like, hides the window for a moment, changes all the resolutions, and then it brings it back, which is pretty neat. Thank you, Chromium. You taught me something way back when I needed to deal with that. We're going to delete this because window data is a stupid idea that I should have never done, and I regret immensely. Yep, it's just not good. But that's fine. It's okay. We'll just have to do something differently for that. Let's see, where is window? Cool. So, why Austin wrote that terrible constructor just to screw with me? It's for QT support, but I'll just delete it. Hello cable. Greetings. Just writing some stuff. Just writing some code. Private implementation. We're gonna make this dynamic, I think. Seems fine. Some data. Is that what we called it? No, it's not the class what I'm doing. Yep, okay, there we go. I'm gonna delete that. Get rid of that. Target definitions. This needs to be one target. Second. Target definition. There we go. Platform. Whoops. Core. Whoop. There we go. I don't know what I called it. mdata? I did call it mdata. But that's gonna be different now. So let's do that. So we do mdata dot construct and get, and we're gonna say window data. Right? Yep. And then we're gonna do auto self is equal to. So this should be a pointer. Yep, it's a pointer. So right here, just gonna do one of these, self, arrow, and we're just gonna do place all those. Oh, you still need to be mdata dot. Cool. That's angry, but I'll fix it in a second. That's fine. Ah, yeah, I see that. I could see why that's a problem. I'll fix that. Easy fix. Easy fix. Oh, actually, hold on. That's fine, but this one needs to be slightly different. mdata dot get window data. This is just a class, by the way, that, what does it do? It basically, so if you've ever heard of the pimple principle, or hello, M. Craig, the pimple principle, or like the pimple idiom, sorry, that's what it's called, the pimple idiom, basically it just stands for private implementation, and so, you know, if you have stuff like this where it's like you have platform-specific data or you want to hide data, I don't really care about hiding data, but like platform-specific data, what you can do... Oh, yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. I'm going to have to fix that. But I can fix that. But if you have platform-specific data and you want to kind of like only put it in your CPP files or your translation units, really, and you don't want to like expose them in headers because, you know, they like pollute stuff, you know, you can use private implementation, which typically, you know, you have like a pointer to a thing, you know, in C it'd be like a void pointer, but in C++ you can, well, you can do it in C as well, but regardless, you just like forward deck it or something, have a pointer to it, in like a class or a struct, and then in a translation unit, you know, whenever you're dealing with it, you know, you just construct it like in a constructor. That's what this like construct and get function does right here. It like constructs it and gives me a pointer back to it, and then I use get to get a pointer to it. It does some like type information stuff. Thanks for following, M. Craig. It does some type information to like try and detect that, you know, you're not getting something that is invalid for like what it has stored. It just checks destructors. But so it does that, and it gives me a pointer back to it, and so it just constructs it and stuff, and it's really nice. And then it destructs it when the object that it's on, like in its destructor, it destructs it. But yeah. So parent. What is parent? Window parent. Oh, okay. So what do we need to do? So if parent, we do what? Get. Oh no, mdata dot get, construct and get. No, get. Window data. Let me arrow off of that and get the window handle. Cool. That's not too bad. Excuse me. So in here, I need to find where the window is so that I can create a self. Where do I set this thing? Ah, there it is. There we go. And then I need to do this again because I hate myself. This is just the Windows message handler. Cool. What are these angry about? Yes? Okay, cool. Just delete window arrow self, and this will work. And then I need a way to expose this thing. Land Planet is best planet. Yes, Land Planet is best planet. We will do our best to make a better planet for all the lambs in the land and the planet. We will do what we can. Let's see. Sorry, just gonna click something away. Okay, so the window is fine. And now we need to look up some stuff. What is this angry about? Oh. Is this a function? Was this a function in the other project? I don't remember this. What does this do? SLN. Gonna load up a different thing. Can I make you a mod? A mod of what? What am I making you a mod of? Minecraft? Am I making you a mod of Minecraft? Skyrim? Do I have to learn Papyrus so that I can make you a mod in that? What is a mod, and who is a mod? What is mods? What is even mod? What is swap buffers? It is a function. I don't remember this at all. Okay, whatever. Window. Delete all that. Delete it all. 'Cause we don't need it. No, we don't need it. That's not true. We absolutely need all of our things. God. I need to get a drink. I think. So, device context. Device context. Device context? What? What is a device context? One version of me knew what a device context was, but I certainly don't. Oh, but this knows about... all of these things. All of these things that I needed to know about. That I have. Because past me knew about them. Past me, you're so smart. Okay, the kids are having fun in chat. Let's see. What is this stuff that I'm looking at? Create OpenGL context. Oh, well, I'm not doing anything with that. Swap buffers. But, what? Do I not need this? I don't think I need this. This is for when I was writing OpenGL. I don't need this, but I do need that each instance, which I can get somewhere. It's somewhere here. Where is this? Window data struct. Copy. Find. Window data. What? Oh! Here we go. Cool. Apparently I had a to-do about that, actually. I should probably copy that to-do. It's probably important. Probably important. But I don't need that anymore. Do I need this stuff? I don't know. I don't know if I need this stuff. I don't need that function. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I don't need that function. We'll find out soon. Set full screen. Here we go. So some point in here, I see. I see. I see. Oh, I did have it. Oh, I did. It's, what? Do I have a sub Windows data thing? Oh. 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 That's weird. Okay. I can do that differently, I guess. How do I want to do that? Yeah, okay, it's not that important. Let's see. But I do need to know what this type is. Fundamentally, what is this? Oh, fuck you, dude. Declare handle. Struct. Oh my god! I hate you, Windows. I hate you. I hate you so much. You're so awful. Who wrote this awful operating system? Okay. How do I expose the H instance? I don't even know. That's so weird. Get module handle. It's a macro. Okay. How do I expose this without hating myself? There's like nothing I can do. I could have a header again. That's what I could do. I could get a header, but I don't want to do that because it's terrible. Tough decisions. Tough decisions. Okay. Temporarily, we're gonna do this. Windows and if. In spirit, this is the same thing, but whatever. Why is this not defined right now? It is defined. It should be there. But it's not. Okay. Buddy. Why is this not? I mean, Win 32? Why did I write target definitions if it doesn't even work? Oh, okay. That's weird that that one worked. Oh, I know why. I think I know why. Actually, this is not going to work. It's not going to work this way. Because it doesn't have the things. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. How did I get Notepad to look like this? Hard work and perseverance It really, make sure you seize the day. Make sure you seize the day. Trevo? What? Damn it. I need a better way to deal with this. I need a better way to deal with this problem. Damn it! Damn you, Windows. Why have you done this to me? Oh! I know how to solve this problem. Oh! I know how to solve this problem. Gosh. So stupid. Okay. What do I need to do? Fundamentally, I need to take this thing. And set these values on it, right? Okay. That's what I know what to do. I know what I can do here. I can go in here. Yes. Okay. What are you talking about? What are you saying, M. Craig? Void set up Vulkan window. Ooh. We'll take a void pointer. A setup. And then we're going to go over here, open window. What are you saying, M. Craig? Are you harshing my buzz? Are you saying something wrong with this? Is that what you're telling me? Let's see, graphics. What do I need here? Need to include Vulkan, right? Include. We'll just include decal because I don't want to deal with including specifically Vulkan. That'll be fine. Yep. Okay, cool. And then we'll do. I can static cast out of a right void pointer. I think that's cool. Setup. We need to do if def windows. Then we do this. Where is the type that I need? It is right here. This is the type. I looked it up. It is right here. Pointer. Right? Why aren't you working? Oh, right. Identifier, this thing is undefined. Why is it undefined? Where is it? Why is it undefined? What are you doing, guy? I am working on a Vulkan. I'm very early in the process of a Vulkan renderer. But yeah, I have this little engine project thing that I'm working on for school. And yeah, I'm slowly working through a Vulkan renderer that I wrote in C++ and converting it over to this engine right here, which is similar but different. Many things in Win32 API will not work with new C++. What do you mean? I mean, I have not, in general, had a problem. I'll just call it this, because it's consistent. And then we're going to need this. Is this right? And window handle. Very good. I was trying something on that. What do you mean? I'm not sure I follow. It should. Oh, it's because it's called something else. It's like really should use VCal, the other thing. Right. Nope, that's fine. Okay, I really need to include that because I'm gonna go crazy. Some old type of Windows 32 API. Do you have like a specific function that you're thinking of, or like part of the platform? I mean, like, there's definitely stuff, right? Like, there's stuff that's like kind of inconvenient to use in modern C++, but I haven't like run into anything yet that like flat out has not worked. Now, I also don't use like anything super crazy, I feel like. I don't know how to get universes function. Okay, need to expose that. That's easy. Oh, that's weird, but fine, I can deal with that. So we would need mengine get. It's like get compositions. Yeah, there we go. Auto universes equals this. And then we're just gonna, well, actually, hold on. Oh, I don't have, oh, wait, begin. Yeah, here we go. This is what I want. So this is primary universe. Because this is super wrong. Oh, it's because it's second. Because this is a map. Second. Oh, there we go. And this should be .get because that's a unique pointer, and yep, doesn't know what type it is. I know what type it is. It's fine. It's composition of type universe. Can someone explain the auto keyword? Universe. The auto keyword works similarly to like var in some other languages, but basically it's pretty simple. Basically, it looks at the expression to the right side of the equal sign, and it gets that type, and then uses that type to determine the type of this thing. It doesn't work perfectly. So sometimes you get weird issues. This should be, why isn't it? That's frustrating. It's getting confused. Do you not know what this is? I don't know. Sorry. It looks at the expression, assigns this to be that type mostly. It works perfectly in the case of pointers, so this should be a pointer. But because this thing's yes, exactly. Nick is exactly right. Sometimes it can be bad, particularly in this case, because this is a unique pointer right here, right? If I just do auto this, I will get an error because I am trying to copy a unique pointer. and because of move semantics from C++11, that's not allowed. I could do stood move here, and that would work, but that would pull out my object from this container that I'm trying to get access to it from, and that would mean I now own it here, which is not what I want. I just want a reference, and by reference I just mean like access to it right here, but I don't want to own it. Like I just want temporary access. So that's why I'm doing .get to get a pointer to it, and then I have that, and then I should static cast it up. This is a weird part of the engine that I don't really like, and I look forward to changing at least partially. Universe pointer is the fact that this has to be done like this. Yeah. But basically, does that explain it somewhat? Like, does that help? As everyone is saying, it does automatic inference of the type. Unfortunately, this type is a little confused and complicated, so if I hover over it, it will not really explain it. I mean, it's not fair to say that it's not good enough for a complex type. It's absolutely good enough. It's just not so great in certain scenarios. Move semantics and stuff like that. In particular, will bite you. Also, I think sometimes if this returns a reference, if you don't do auto reference, it might screw up. I don't know. I've been dealing with bugs that have confused me as to how auto works sometimes, and so I'm just getting a little frazzled. Anyway, it's not important. I'm not getting IntelliSense on that, frustratingly, but it's fine. Just call get window. Right here. So now I have the window. Now I can do window, arrow. It doesn't know. IntelliSense is broken, which isn't surprising. At some point, like when I compile this, I'm going to have a bad time. It's okay. It's okay. I need a pointer to this thing, so I need to move this. Static cast it to a void pointer. Let's see. Delete those. That's fine. I should have function for getting the window height and stuff, don't I? Do I not? That's super strange. That I don't have that. That doesn't make any sense. U32. Get window height. And width. How did I not have those? That's crazy. It's very strange. Oops. Okay, do that. Turn self. And width. Is that? Oh, it's an integer. That's fine. It's the same type. And height. Well, thank you, Nick. I'm with me too. So that should be fine. Graphic system. Oh, you know why it's probably busted? It has all these headers above it. And those headers are going to be very bad. Oh, I see. In the other engine it was different. Oh god, why did I name? I just wrote it. Oh, I'm so stupid. Like, obviously, it's... I don't need to type... God, why? Why? So verbose. Unnecessary verbosity. Unhelpful verbosity. Like, you will make a window have kind like debug output information. If you mean like, do I have a window that will have debug output for this, then yes, that is correct. I can't compile this branch, but if you give me a moment, I can show you what the other branch kind of looks like, which is not much. It it doesn't do anything right now, but I can show it to you. Here, let me just commit this real quick. Go over to Lamb Planet. Whew, that's a hefty commit. Initial graphics. Right. Oh right, I need to throw in the other thing. I can do that in a bit. Come on. Okay, but yeah, I can show you this, which I didn't like. There isn't much difference between this version and that version, except that this version has, where's this? Need to rebuild CMake, regenerate the project, build files have been written, reload. No, don't save changes. Oh, right, that's going to be a problem. I deleted a file without removing it from CMake. No big deal. Who cares? I don't care. I don't care. Set as startup project. So, over here, I was working on reflection stuff last. And it mostly works, but there's some problems going out. But that's mostly what I'm testing on this branch, which is the master branch. Basically, we run the engine for a few frames. We like initialize the reflection system. We set the working directory. We like create the initial stuff. We don't specify a level to load right now because it's hard coded. Because I'm just testing. We run the engine for a few frames and then we save it out to a level. So that's what this thing does. So it creates a window, but you can't see anything because it doesn't have graphics. It's good, man. I hate Win32 because I can't output information to console when I need. You definitely can. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do, right? So, what does PowerShell do? They won't tell me. I'll explain in a moment. So, you definitely can. In the case of, a game, which is what I'm working on. Well, a game engine, more specifically, but eventually it'll be a game. The way it kind of works is you can optionally create a window, like a console window, and you'll see it here. I'm not disabling it right now, but in case you don't know, that has to do with a setting here in the project properties. I think CMake already sets it up for me, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so if you do a basic setup of, like, I usually start effectively with empty projects. We have a bunch of warnings from our dependencies, and some other stuff too. But, okay, so let me just show you. So we have, debug. Well, hold on. Because I want to show you that. I won't be able to quit, but that's fine. Oh wait, yes I will. I will be able to quit. I think I handle window events and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so this stuff is all just a JSON tutorial. That's the stuff that is up here. It's just a tutorial for the JSON parser I pulled in and implemented for serialization yesterday. So that's all this text is. But you can see we have a window here, and if we had a game Oh, I'm not pumping the Windows pump somehow for some reason. Does that make sense? Okay, I have to look at that and find out why it's not pumping and handling stuff. Excuse me. But, you know, did we hit a breakpoint? Is that what happened? No. Okay. Whatever. Not important. But the point is, this is all that stuff. And so this is, what I usually use for finding stuff out. It should work fine. It works fine for me. You can also obviously output to a log, but, it's your call. You can also make other windows and just, do OpenGL or DirectX or whatever onto them for your debug output. Or you can use something like MGUI or something. And it just depends on what you need, right? Anyway, so that's that. And you can see, like, maybe it's not handling events, so I can't like show you at exit. I don't know why that's not working. I have to look at that. That's a bug. But you can see, like, it's gonna try to save the level, and so if I like compare the level, which is over here, and land planet and assets and this. So this is the original level. Seems relatively fine, but there's a bug right now where it works, it saves it out, but it's doing like slicing. It's like slicing these vector 3s. And it has something to do with how, I think it has something to do with the way the reflection's like returning data. But yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, consoles are great. Like, I highly recommend them. And like I said, like, you don't have to do any work at all to get them. Particularly, just we will control what we've done. But like, you just kind of do a console thing right here. You just set that. A lot of times, like, if you create like a Win32 app or something, I don't know what they're called, and you get that weird like not main thing. Like, if you don't get one of these, you get like WinMain as your entry point to the program. You will see this be changed to the subsystem windows. And I think if I go to release, CMake, nope, I'm going to have to change that. Because I want it to be subsystem windows on release. Because I don't want the console to show up. But it's really easy. And it's nice, too, if you write two mains. Because I have this main, and then I have WinMain for Windows. I need to change this to something else. But yeah. And then I just call main from here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. That's what I recommend you do, typically. But yeah. Anyway, let's switch back to the graphics branch and continue working on that. Get rid of this, because that's just a test file. Graphics. But yeah. Okay. Yes to all. I need to change that thing. Deleted a file somewhere. Platform. Windows. Window data. Get out of here. I don't care about no stinking window data. Oh! Cable asked, what does PowerShell do? PowerShell is just an extension, sort of. Hold on, just gonna answer her question real quick. So this is PowerShell. It's kind of an extension off of, the thing from forever ago. Like DOS. Sorry, I couldn't remember. It's kind of a compatibility layer for DOS, but it's not really. That's why you need to use like DOSBox for like actual DOS games. But it's kind of built off that same idea and stuff. And I mean, man, that's a way simplistic thing. But there's a whole history of why this thing exists, and just don't worry about it. But it sucks. Like, it's like just kind of really bad, and they've improved it since in Windows 10, but it's really not great. And so around the time of, I think, Windows Vista, I think, is when PowerShell came out. They made this thing which is called PowerShell, and it's very much the same thing. It uses the same like text rendering thing to like work, but it has a bunch of like commands built in. Like it's a whole new world. It has its own scripting language called PowerShell. It's kind of C# like, so you'd be fine with that. But but it works the same way. Like fundamentally, I can call programs just like I can in command prompt. You can see typing in things, like right here. It's the same thing that I would have typed in here. It's just like PowerShell has its own like unique things that go above and beyond what the command prompt does. Like the command prompt has a language called batch, but it's awful. And you can use that too in PowerShell because it's based off the same thing. But really, you should be using PowerShell scripts and stuff, and it's a lot better. I would recommend it. Yeah. Anyway, but why not? Why when I set project as console, it will not work with Win32? Are you specifying something else? I mean Win32 APO window. Well, I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Obviously, Lamb Planet, this project right here, is specified as subsystem console, and we create a window just fine. Admittedly, the message pump doesn't work right now, but that's a different problem. Like somewhere in update, I'm not like properly updating my windows, which is not shocking, but it is unfortunate. What is going on here? This is a virtual function. Nope, wrong definition. It is. Where is the source for universe and why is it busted? Oh god, I'm compiling. Oh god, what have I done? Oh no. Oh boy. Whoops. Why did I compile? I'm on the other branch. It's not even close to being ready to compile. Okay, well, rip. So I update the window. I mean, it worked. I mean, it's doing the thing. What is a virtual function? They say to ask you. A virtual function. So what is a virtual function? That is a fair and good question. How do I describe it? So, okay. Say that I need to go somewhere that I can, hold on, actually explain this well. Composition. Composition is a fair place and class to explain it with. So, I have a few different things that use virtual functions pretty heavily. Let's talk about components. Components are a little better, I feel. So component is this thing, it can handle events. I hope this stream slowly changes from Josh working into Josh teaching CS170. It's fine. I can teach C++, every so often. Okay. So, take a step back. So I have a class called component, and the entire purpose of it is to be able to implement different behaviors and to attach those behaviors to dumb objects. And by dumb objects, I mean compositions, because they don't do anything besides like drudge work. You using virtual functions a lot or a bit? Fundamentally, I don't use them that often for. I don't use them for things like updating. give me a moment. Let me first explain them, and then I'll explain how I use them. So I use components to implement logic that I attach to, compositions, and compositions don't really do much. They just handle the drudge work of like making sure they know what components they have, and what parents or what other sub compositions they have on them and stuff like that. They don't handle much else. They handle like deletion code and stuff. They just handle like dealing with the engine itself. And components implement the behaviors. And because they implement behaviors, and because they're like so custom, there are times where you need to know what they are at any given time. And there are a couple ways we deal with that. One, we store them as pointers. We store components as pointers on a map in compositions. And if we just have a component pointer, then at any given time we can't really do much with it because we don't know what it is. Now the event system helps us out there. The event system can take, how do I explain it? The event system doesn't need to use virtuals to send events, but that's because you do a bunch of work ahead of time to explain to the event system what your object is and like what you are and all kinds of stuff. But, as for the composition itself, like it, there are times where it needs to deal with like what this component actually is. So in the case of a transform component, it needs to like tell the transform like, hey, I need to initialize you, right? Or more importantly than even that, although they're both very, very important, like I'm being destroyed right now, which means you're being destroyed, and I need you to clean up all your data. And if we just had a component pointer, all we could clean up was this, and also the stuff that's in here. But like, that's all we can clean up, and that's not good because those are like 2 pointers. This is a lot more data. Don't worry about it. And that's like a do nothing sort of cleanup. But some of these things have like vectors and like a bunch of stuff like dynamic data that's like allocated on the heap and stuff. And so what virtual allows us to do is that when we call, for example, the destructor, or when we call initialize, it's going to look for the version of initialize or the version of the destructor on the actual component that it is, even through a component pointer. So if we delete a component pointer, it's going to call the destructor, but it's not going to call just the component destructor. It's going to call the destructor of whatever derived type this is. So the audio system is a component, and the audio system, has a bunch of data that it needs to delete, and so, it overrides this destructor, and it would do it automatically because it's publicly inheriting. But regardless, like, I've implemented it beyond just nothing. And so it's like, if I have a component pointer and I delete it, it's going to call this function, right? If it's an audio system, right? And so that's true of anything. And so basically what it really allows you to do is like, you can just have a vector of components stored as component pointers, or component references also work. And when you call functions on them, you're going to get the most derived version. So, if I pull up Sublime Text here, the classical example is, sort of like an animal. And I always do that. Void speak. And we do virtual. We're going to make this equal 0, and that means that it's not implemented. So if we only had an animal, it wouldn't work. Like you simply cannot construct an animal. It just isn't a thing. And then we're going to do this, and we'll have a cat and a dog. you know, and the dog goes bark, printf. This is just the print function in C++, because I know that you know C#. Actually, this is a C function, not C++. We have C out in C++, but for this case, this works a little easier for me. And then, you know, cat goes meow. And so if we had int main, and, you know, say I have vector, right, and data. I can do data dot place back. Also, you should be using unique pointers, but not because I'm a jerk. This is going to be animal pointer. And we're going to do new cat and new dog. And we're going to use the nice auto. These are pointers, that's fine. Animal, data. Oops. There we go. And then we go animal. These are pointers, so we arrow, speak. And that's going to print out, you know, we did cat and then dog. So it's going to do meow. Meow bark, because we don't have new lines. So that's what that's going to print out right there, right? And so that's because what it's doing is when I call this speak function on this animal pointer that we get back, because it's virtual, and also you don't need virtual here, and you don't need this, but this keyword is an optional keyword that they added in C++ 11 that like verifies that this is in fact a thing called override. It's cool. But yeah, anyway. So when it calls this, it looks up in what's called a virtual table, at this pointer. It looks up what function this is, and like it finds the specific function that this animal is. Fuck, you're right. I forgot to inherit from animal. My apologies. Public animal. I would fail CS170 immediately. But yeah, anyway. This is inheritance. If you don't know what inheritance is, that's going to be a whole different thing. I don't have time to explain everything. But yes. You should, though, because you use Unity, and Unity has uses inheritance for its mono behaviors, or whatever they call them. But yeah. Anyway, I actually did buy Sublime, so I actually do have it. So, that's what virtual functions are. To answer the question, do I use them a lot? For certain things. I definitely don't use them as much as I once did. This is not even a function that exists anymore, nor is this. Yeah, those don't even exist. Cool. Do I use them a lot? I use them for some things. I use them for initialization. I use them... Apparently I use them for updating if you're an audio system, which makes no sense, because it should be using the update event. Most everything else does. That's what I get for writing this when they were still systems, which was an old concept that we had in the engine that I removed because it was terrible. Because it's really just the same thing as a component, but it's more complicated. But I use them for initialization, and I use them for destruction. And at some point, I'll probably do a pre-destruction function as well, called like deinitialize or something. I don't know. That is also virtual. I could do them as events, I guess, but I don't want to, because that's kind of dumb. So I think they're useful for certain things, but they're not so useful for other things. But yeah, the events, I should say, I'm talking about the event system But the event system that's currently in this version of the engine is old, and it actually does use virtual, which is not great. I'm pretty sure I won't need to use this for much longer. I mean, I know I could just replace it right now because I have one in this that I think is quite a lot better. It's very templatey though. But I think it'll work for all of the use cases here, but I have to add a few more things to it. But yeah. That's not important. What's important? I guess what's important is I've answered all of the questions. So I can get back to what I was doing, which is, I don't remember. What was I doing? Okay. I was doing something to do with graphics, because that was the whole point of this in the first place. Ah! I remember. I need to grab a dependency. I need vk.cpp. Where is it? Vulkan.hpp. I forgot. They changed its name because NVIDIA gave it to Kronos. Cool. So, look at this. Oh boy. Oh no. Yeah, no wonder this isn't working. Is this thing a... What the hell just happened? Is this thing an event handler? Why did I have these here? Well, that's weird. What file does this need to be? It needs to have utilities. .hpp. So that should fix most of that. Fixed all of it! Look at that. Look how much it fixed all that stuff. Let's just go through the headers for a second and just like check to see why it's failing. GLM, arrow, not arrow. It's not an arrow. It's not what arrows look like. Material. That one looks fine. Forward X. Forward X is fine. Shader. Let's take a look at that. Yep, that needs to be utilities. Oh. Cool. Close that one. Shader descriptions. Utilities. Close that. Okay. That's fine. Anything else in instance? No. Model. Let's look at model. What does model look like? GLM. View. Utilities. Vulkan renderer. Java utilities. I don't think it needs delegate. I don't know when delegate was being included there. It seems very strange to me. Texture. Utilities. Yep. Already looked at that. Render. That's fine. That's fine. Vulkan primitives. Already looked at that one. That's also fine. Model. Looked at all of those. Okay. So then we're going to look at graphic system. And I looked at all of those, I'm pretty sure. That looks fine as well. So, does this work now? It doesn't. It doesn't work. What is killing my IntelliSense? I desperately would like to know, because it is making me very sad. Well, what can we do? We can compile it and see what happens. But really, we should probably not do that. I mean, yeah, we could. Maybe we will. I don't know. Shame.cpp, is that fine? That looks fine. LM. Well, I don't think I use this header right now. Rotate. Oh. I forgot that this was a function. Where is that? View.cpp. Profit man? Profit man. What are you talking about? What am I profiting off of? I can just put that in Vulkan primitives, I think. Where's Vulkan primitives? I feel like it makes more sense here. Or maybe it would go in like an additional math library or something. I don't know. Should have GLM there. I don't. Look how much it's not there. Oh, it's in utilities. Oh, that's fine. Oh God. I've been doing this for like 2 hours, I think. Ish? Something like that? Hold on. Sorry, I'm just checking some stuff. I have lots of disk space. This should be fine. I wish I could navigate Windows Explorer with a gamepad. Well, I mean, you could. Why don't you try? Oh, you know what? I don't think Vulkan is set up right in the dependencies. I think that's what I was thinking about earlier. Well, whatever. We'll compile it and see what happens. How? I mean, there used to be programs that allowed you to hotkey your controllers to stuff. I'm sure they still exist. And Explorer has a lot of hotkeys. So, you could probably do it. Yeah. I wish I could navigate social interactions with a gamepad. I mean, let's see. Joy to key. Yeah, I feel like Nick is on the right path here with Joy to key. Joy to key enables PC game controllers to emulate the keyboard and mouse input so that Windows applications and web games can be controlled with blah 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 blah. Yeah, so you see, you got mouse movements and stuff. You could do that. Who, Nick's 451? Nick's 451 is Dana. Dana from Can't Quit You. He's a good guy. I'm friends with him. He used to be my tank before I took over for him. Oh, what am I doing? That's not correct. There we go. Cool. Private implement. Oh no! Utilities. .app. Gotta replace types everywhere because of bad. Cannot include Vulkan context. Did I change it to... I did. I changed it to Vulkan renderer. Left of clear. What? What? What's happening? Where are you, Q Devices family? Q Devices family. Where the hell is it? This is indices, which is different. As device extensions, it's there. It's not implemented. I mean, clearly it's implemented. Clearly. It's just probably implemented incorrectly. Which is not surprising. Let's see. Oh gosh. Thanks. Josh, how do I make my emoticons not weird? Like I just want text. Yeah, where do I check the box that says I'm not a robot? Unfortunately, those are just the default things. Those are, I mean, they have lots of other ones. I have some cool ones. Let me see, where are they? Are some of them not here? Do I need to resub to someone tonight? Yeah, let's have a tea party, shall we? I'm gonna have to... Yeah, well, so... It's weird, but back in the day, we used to have things that converted, you know, from text to emoticons. Back in the AIM days. Let's see. Why isn't mine... I'm subscribed. Why do I not have my cool Kate emoticons? Where are they? Are they down here? No. Well, that makes me sad. I have her cool emoticons, but they're not here. Do some people... Well, whatever. It's not important. Go away, emoticons window. Josh, look how famous you are. Why not a... I mean, I figured most of them were you. I don't know. I'm not really paying attention to it, to be honest. But hello, viewers. You can ask C++ questions if you like, and I will try to answer them. Okay, here's the thing. Genuinely don't know how to make people moderators. Don't know how to do that at all. Literally no clue. So if I don't know, then it must be impossible. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Fine. I just want to talk about programming and doing C++. Why are you making me look up how to mod people? Mod controls Twitch. They're not being rowdy. We don't need to moderate them. I don't see what the problem is. How do I add a moderator? Channel, editor, and broadcaster. Okay, figured it out. /mod table 04. /mod Elba to Warp. There you go. There you go. You're moderators now. Do not abuse your power. These poor people just want to see a man cry over how bad C++ is. That's all they want. Is that so much to ask? Is that so much to ask? Oh no, this needs to know what delegate is. That's terrible. That ruins everything. Oh no. Okay. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Do a for loop. What am I doing a for loop for? What will it do? I have for loops. I mean, I have plenty of for loops. What do you want me to write a for loop to do? For loop hype. Matt, you can't... Oh, fine. Mod M. Craig. I swear, if you abuse your power, you will all face my wrath. What am I looking for? I need... Not that one. This one. I need a file. Give me a file. I need a file. Where is it? Here it is. Delegate. Do you depend on anything? You don't! Thank you for not depending on anything, Delegate. You are a good friend. Yeti. Core. I have it open over here. D. Although this should really be in standard library, so I'm actually going to move it over there. It just makes more sense. It just makes more sense. Because really, haven't you always wanted a delegate class in your standard library? I know I have. That's not fair. We sort of have one. It's just bad. And called standard function. It's not bad. It's not bad. It just doesn't work for my use cases. Which is fair. Plenty of things don't work for my use cases. Close this. Well, minimize that. Could you resize your broadcast window so your text is legible, please? Us peasants can't handle this resolution you got going. Oh, I tested it in 1080p. I apologize. It seemed fine. Okay. Yes, I can do that. I think. How? Nope, that's not right. That's not what you want. How about this? What if I just blow this up? Is this better? Can you deal with this? You have it... You're watching on a TV? I mean, okay. Is this better? Cool. Whew. Well, this works in this file. That's fine. It definitely doesn't work in some other files. It's streaming in the living room, all of us together. Oh, okay. Are you doing C# like delegates? I don't know. I've never used C# delegates. Well, that's not entirely true. I started working on some. Well, something like an event system that used them, but I didn't get very far because I was lazy and I had to work on other things. But I don't know. What are C# like delegates like, I guess? I mean, my delegate system that I wrote in here, let me blow this up. This is a different project. I'm sort of merging two different versions of my engine together right now. But in here, I have several things. Whew, I'm gonna... Yeah. If you can be more specific, I can answer your question. Because unfortunately, I just haven't used C# enough to know whether or not I'm using C# like delegates. My problem was that I needed a way to... I need to make this a little bit smaller. This will work, I guess. I can just do this. I can just do this. Really need to get Clang. Pretty much just a named function interface. Sort of. I mean, sort of. The point of these delegates, this delegate right here, is I can generate them for any type. Sort of. Not any type. Wait, what? How does this work? That's not right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I forgot. Um, I do a lot of weird wrapping stuff to make like member functions work properly. It's pretty evil. Um, Basically, I standardize uh, my delegate on one type for my event system, for example. The lambda thing. The lambda thing. I can explain lambdas in a bit. Yeah. Um, Although I don't use lambdas very often, so I'm curious why you asked about lambdas. But so I standardized my delegate on this interface. So it's a function pointer that returns a void and takes an event pointer. Like I said, this is for my event system, so it makes sense. And so that's the type that every delegate is stored as, but it's not necessarily the type that gets called, right? Because like in here, if I look at the audio system, the audio system uses it somewhere. Although I did comment out all of the audio. Oh my god. Making puns in my channel. Puns in my channel. Here, we're registering an event. So, because non-type template parameters kind of suck in C++, we have to pass the type of the non-type template parameter first. So we're using decal type to get that type, and then we're passing it again. And obviously, you can write a macro to make this nicer, and I have before, but we're not doing it right now. And then we pass it the name of this event and the this pointer of the instance of the like in this case audio system to bind to it, right? So this has to be the same type as this. Generally, I think it might work if this is maybe like an upcasted version of this. I think it might downcast it like just fine. I think that's a safe cast. But yeah, so we just do this, and then in here we do a bunch of template magic and stuff to like look at our pic on Slack. Oh, it's in Lamb Planet. I see. Very cute. Look at you kids. But actually, give me a second. I do a bunch of like crazy shit. Like this is unnecessary. But you know, if you wanted to pass a different string type, you potentially could. Effectively, I do some checks here just to make sure the object types are the correct and the event types are correct. And then I make an event delegate, which is a whole different thing. But basically, I pass the function, and I pull out the object type, like the in the case that I just showed you, it's the audio system, right? And then the event system, the event type, which is the logic update in this case. And we just pass that information along. Where IntelliSense Y. And then it calls this function. And we make a caller, which is this thing, that adheres to the delegate type that we're storing. So, where is it? Wait. That doesn't seem right. We store the invoker. Ah, yes. That's what it does. Yep. The invoker takes a void pointer first, and then whatever arguments. So it's actually a little trickier than what I was saying earlier, but yeah. That's how it properly calls like member functions and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, that's getting like really deep into some template like crazy magic there. But yeah. I mean, I could go into more detail if you really need to, but it's been a while. Let me show you these stupid kids who are mods of the stream and being all funny and shit and stupid. You sent me a picture, and now it's on Twitch. And it will be forever on YouTube. You stupid kids watching me on a television. You silly gooses. Okay, anyway. See what you've done? See what you've done? Okay, anyway. You made it onto the stream. Anyway, so that's the whole point of the delegates thing in here. But yeah, I mean, if you want to know more, for real, like I can just like go and like you can just come over one day and I can just kind of walk you through it. Or I can get you the source, because it's actually, the source for that version of the engine, while not working right now, I don't think it works right now. I can test it real quick. Mesh instance work. Discard. Let's see if that works actually. But what's a mat4? It's a matrix 4. Oh, okay, never mind. So that source code is available in open source. Nick told you. Gotcha. I don't know if this works, but it might work. It might. Here's it. There we go. We'll test it. We'll test it. It used to work, but I might have screwed it up at some point. I don't remember. Cannot open source file main.cpp. What? It's right here. What? What are you talking about? It's because I set up CMake. RIP. Oh. Let me test that. Ripperoni. Ripperoni. Just gonna execute CMake on this one and see if that one works. It should. I remember doing it. I remember it working because Josh asked me to do it, and I was like, okay, Josh, you go write me a platform layer for Linux. And then he never did. He never did. But it should work. No readme. I mean, yeah, I don't typically write readmes if my project is like not really super ready at all for contribution, which that's not, like, and I don't really intend it to be. What does the engine do? It's supposed to be a game engine. It's not there yet, but it will be. I'm slowly, so like that engine is, oh no, an exception was thrown. Why did an exception get thrown? Because it doesn't know where this file is. Hold on. Where is this file? Where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay. So what does the engine do? It's a game engine, and it will do games eventually. That one that I posted right there has the new event stuff that isn't in the version that I started working on, and then I kept answering questions, and now I'm in the old version again. But basically, I have two versions of YTE. I have a version that I worked on in my junior year that is not open source. And then I have a version that well, I have 3 versions now, I guess. I have this version right here that is an open source version that I worked on exclusively outside of school, so I can release the source to it just fine. And then I have a 3rd version, which you see, right? That's what I was initially hacking on right here, this Lamb Planet project, that I'm working on getting open source through the school. But they don't mind if you do stuff like streaming or whatever. So they also don't care about showing samples, or it's just like they don't want you to be like, they don't want people to be able to like copy and paste your code and stuff, which is the whole thing. I don't know. I'm working on getting them to let me open source it. But unfortunately, the open source version doesn't have like much graphic support, so, or physics support for that matter. So I was working on that for a while, just slowly like getting other things done. But so it has advancements that the version that I'm working on now doesn't have, because I kind of forked my junior year one because it's more feature complete in other areas, and I'm slowly like moving stuff over. But yeah, so this thing isn't working because when I move to CMake, it has the wrong build directory, which is unfortunate. So the build directory is wrong, or the working directory is wrong. Sure, needs to be like super far out. This needs to be like ... It's like 1 out, maybe. Should be wherever the project is. And where's the project? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Should be 1 more out, I think. Oh no! What's the problem? What's it yelling about? Oh no! I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I could probably pull it back super far. But it just doesn't matter. It just renders a bunch of like instance sprites, and like I have like 2 textures ones and then a bunch of like colored ones, and that's all. That's all it does. It's nothing like super special. Yeah, I could go back and like go to a revision that works, but it doesn't matter. There's no point. Nope. So we'll just discard those changes. Oh, no more changes. Cool. Okay. Ugh. What was I doing? Compile. See if it compiles. I mean, it won't. It won't compile. But that's fine. I just need to know what's not compiling. Oh, yes. Don't care about that. Cancel the build. For those of you who don't know, there's a way to cancel builds in Visual Studio. It is control pause break. So there actually is a use for that button. This button right here. It's right above page up. So there's actually a use for that button. And it's for canceling the build. Ooh. Go away. Oh no. Debug break. Debug break. You don't know what debug break is? How do you not know what debug break is? That should just be somewhere. I definitely put that somewhere. Well, what is it? Debug break? Whatever, that'll do. And then when I build it for Linux, it'll break. It'll be great. Very much look forward to that. But you were just like... So weird. I definitely had that set up. 100%. 100% had that set up somewhere. I rename this. Renderer. Woo. Let's do this so that people can read the lines of code that I write. Unfortunately, I guess I could do that, but that doesn't work either. Man. Okay, it's not that important. And then there were 4 viewers. See, I'm not that popular. I'm just some rando kid. Doesn't matter. D word. Oh no. Oh yeah, makes sense. Oh wait, I can just do std thread fucking use thread. Whoop. Sleep. Oh, it's stood this thread? Yeah, it stood this thread. Come back to me. Sleep 4. And then it's like 20.0f. Wait, 20 ms? Grr. Chronoliterals. Literals. How do I use it? I hate this. I hate that's a thing that I have to do. So dumb. Okay. Rando hottie. That is just inaccurate, Matthew. And you know it. Change this because I want to. It's rude for me to say to you that, in fact, I am not attractive. It is not rude. Don't just be blowing smoke. All right. This needs to know about that. Include Kitty. Standard library. Delegate. There we go. Okay, Matthew. Whatever you say. There are random people following me on Twitch. Which is fine. Though I don't know who this is. They're not in our viewer list. Am I being followed by bots? I think I'm being followed by bots. Why doesn't this work? Man, I remember seeing that. Like, I remember fixing that. Clear required extension. Oh my god, kill me. End my life! Graphic system update. What am I doing here? things that are super wrong in my code. This is super wrong in my code. Well, you give Qt what for, my friend? You give Qt what for? I really feel like I shouldn't have to do that at all. That shouldn't be a thing. I mean, maybe it is a thing, but it just feels wrong. It just feels wrong. I mean, there's just a bunch of OpenGL stuff here that, like, it's just wrong. It's just not correct. I'm gonna be right back. I want to drink. Sitting on my headset. Oh, I haven't eaten since noon. I'm so hungry. Unfortunate. What? Oh. Forgot that I did that. Well, it's more like composition. And we'll do auto universe equals position. And this is going to be second dot get. We have that, and then we do universe arrow get window arrow buffers. And IntelliSense is still broken for some godforsaken reason. that I should definitely fix, rather. I should definitely fix. But I don't know. Did I say get window or get windows? Ah! It's not broken. I'm just stupid. Well, it might be broken, but... Yes, no, maybe? Do you see that? No, you don't see that. Okay, cool. Not cool, but whatever. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? Fine. I'll do the swap buffers thing. Swap buffers. I don't know for sure whether I need to write this or not. But, in case that I do, I'm going to put it down here and have the code to do it. Where is it? Wait, I can just open it in here. It's wrong, but it works. Come on, load platform. Don't know if I need this. I don't know if I need it. No, I don't. But I might. So I should do the thing with it. Where is my class? Here it is. And device context. So now I have that. But where do I set it up? It's probably up in this OpenGL code. Create OpenGL.context. Yeah, I don't actually use this anywhere, so I just feel like this is not gonna do anything correct. Because I like commented all this out. Could you watch a video I just posted on Slack without showing the whole world? Yes. Yes, I can. Hold on. Quality. Quality. Yeah, this seems incorrect. This is just wrong. But whatever, I implemented it. Who cares? I care. That seems wrong. That seems wrong. There's no way that works. There's no way that works. Nope. I'm going back. Going back. Not doing it. Don't care. If I have to, I'll do it. I'll rewrite the function a third time, and then I'll know for sure. But as it is now, I'm pretty sure I don't need that function. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. I'm pretty sure it works differently. Vulkan renderer .cpp. Nope. Graphics engine .cpp. System. Graphics system. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not correct. Pretty sure. Not 100%, but pretty sure. Instance buffer data. That's going to be different. So much of this is going to be different. Okay, do you compile yet? Do any of you kiddos want to get food? I'm very hungry. Okay, construct and get isn't working, so that means that... No, I mean, it has a default constructor, so that's odd. Let's look at this. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Base class undefined. Oh. Yep. That'd be a problem. Why would private implementation not compile? Excuse me. Okay, so construct and get takes a variadic number of template arguments by our value reference. It deletes anything that it currently stores. It creates a new T by forwarding the arguments. Do I need that? I feel like I don't need that. Whatever. And then I do this. That should be fine, I feel like. Windows storage. Oh. Oh, God. I reinterpret cast it to a byte pointer. And I pass it a generic destruct of T. Seems right. Unless it's getting a different one? No, shouldn't get that one. Let's see. Stood unique pointer. Let's look at the docs. But also, let's read this error message more specifically. No constructor could take the source type, or a constructor overload resolution was ambiguous. See reference to function template instantiation, this stuff right here being compiled. I mean, that seems fine. Okay, let's look at this thing. I'm not I'm not gonna do that. I need to be able to read my output window. So. Why isn't this working? I feel like I haven't had a problem with this before. But I guess I'm not sure. Although this isn't a problem, apparently. Although, man, IntelliSense Super doesn't like it. Huh. This is what I get for trying to use unique pointers. Oh, I think I know what the problem might be. I bet in this version, generic destruct does something different. Wait, which version is this from? Oh, it's from the other one. Okay. Why did I do it over here? Reload. Bet it takes a T pointer or a byte pointer. It's gonna be one or the other. What? Generic destruct. Where are you? I'll do this myself. Gosh. Takes a byte pointer. Yep. But here it takes a void pointer. Son of a gun! Hope this doesn't break anything. How do you do the using destructor equals this? What is that about? Oh, this is definitely going to break something. Void. Close the build. It's a fair question. Oh no. Damn it. Wait. I can fix that. Destructor. I can fix this, but it's going to be really annoying. Damn it! Hold on. I will explain in a moment when I figure out how to deal with this problem. I know how to solve this problem. Whew. we make another version of the overload. That part looks like it's fine. So, this thing. You're wondering about this. So, okay. You might be familiar with... Nope. I want this. You might be familiar with type defs, which kind of look like this. Type def... int... my integer, or like integer. You might have seen something like that before. So if you have, then the using destructor thing is very similar, actually. It just has cleaner and nicer syntax. So this is very similar to this. Except it's declaring a function pointer instead. And the way, so first let me show you like what problem this syntax is solving. Right? So the way type defs work is, how do I explain it? The way type defs work is fundamentally like where you put the name is not like to the right of the type. Okay, that's what it looks like here. But let me show you a different type def. What we would call a complex declaration. So you might think, you know, if using right is the same thing as type def, that you'd put, you know, like my destructor right here. But it doesn't go there actually. It actually goes right here. And that's because the way typedef decides where you need to put this name is wherever you'd have to put the name if you were initializing an instance of that type. So for integer, yeah, the answer is it goes right here. But if you're trying to make a function pointer, the answer is in the middle of this thing right here. Next to this pointer, right? Because the type of this is fundamentally this. But when you try to declare an instance of this type, you know, that variable, like if I wanted to make a function pointer, right, I'd be like, you know, my destructor, like, or like a destructor, right? Or something like that, destructor, right? And then I could assign that, right? I could assign a function of that type to it. You know, I could write one right here. Be like, you know, a destructor of some form, right? And then that could do something, you know. And then I could assign it. I could do, you know, I could just be like a destructor of some form. There you go. And now destructor points to the same thing. And I can call it. Right? I'd have to pass like a pointer into it. You know. But that would work. That would work just fine. So, you know, when you ask like what's the point? How do you do that? It's like it's just a nicer syntax for declaring, you know, type defs, essentially. And the reason why we have it is because the actual type def syntax, while very simple in cases like this, gets really complicated and really annoying when you're dealing with complex declarations like function pointers. Member function pointers are even worse, right? So like if I wanted to store speak, for example, right? You do like animal, and it's a pointer, and it doesn't take anything, so we can delete that part, and it doesn't return anything. And so that's what like a you know, one of these, you know, storing like speak would look like, right? Like, because now you know, if I called this, oh gosh, what's the name of this? I think it would go like right here, a animal function type. Or like animal member function type. I think is where this would go. I think. But I wouldn't even have to worry about that because if, you know, I was doing like using animal member function equals this thing, right? If I wasn't using typecast, I could just do that. So yeah. Anyway, that's what that's for. But yeah. There we go. Hey, we're compiling again. Cool. But yeah. Okay. I think I might call it for the night because I'm really hungry and I want to get food. And I don't need to justify my reasonings to you people. But it's because I want to eat food. So, yeah. Anyway. See you later. I'm going to post this on YouTube. So, thanks for watching.